Hello, my name is Dan Colgan, and welcome to day 21 of my Christmas Carol Countdown. The carol I would like to look at today is the Huron carol, sometimes better known as "'Twas in the Moon of Wintertime." This carol comes in a very roundabout way from the Huron people outside Toronto in the areas of Quebec and Ontario. This is the earliest First Nations carol and the earliest Canadian hymn that we know about. Its journey begins with Jean de Brébeuf, a French Jesuit priest and missionary who taught Christianity to the Huron people in the early 1600s. He worked with them and taught them to sing the Creed, the Lord's Prayer, and a few other parts of the Christian faith in the native Huron language. He then was killed with a number of Hurons in a massacre in 1649. Flash forward roughly 150 years to the 1790s, and Etienne de Villeneuve, another French priest, traveled to that same area to minister to those people yet again. He learned their language, and the Huron people told him about Brébeuf, who had ministered to them and taught them so much. Villeneuve was very moved and impressed by this, and he began writing down some of their hymns and their chants. This carol was among them. Flash forward 100 years after that to the 1890s, when Ernst Meyrand, a musician and book publisher, found Villeneuve's manuscript and published it in a book of French-Canadian Christmas carols in 1899. 30 years after that, and a church musician from Toronto named Jesse Middleton discovered Meyrand's book of carols while visiting Quebec, liked it, and wrote an English version of it. The tune of this was loosely based on an old French song about a young maiden, but we are fairly confident that this was the tune used in the 1640s, taught by Brébeuf. The text and tune of this both somehow made that incredible journey together. The First Nations people have a strong oral tradition, so it's quite impressive, but not altogether surprising, that they would remember this carol for 150 years, and even who taught it to them. Today, in our printed form, it's slowly gaining popularity in both church and concert settings. The text mixes many Native American and First Nations traditional items and customs and tells the Christmas story from a unique point of view. It even retains the Huron language name for God, Gitche Manitou. Because neither piano nor organ are really appropriate for this carol, I think I would like to sing this one with some help from the piano. This is the version as transcribed by Middleton, printed in our hymnals today. 'Twas in the moon of wintertime, when all the birds had fled, that mighty Gitche Manitou sent angel choirs instead. Before the light the stars grew dim, and wandering hunters read the hymn. Jesus, your King is born. Jesus is born. In excelsis Gloria. Within a lodge, a broken bark, the
and joy. Jesus